Buffalo Bills pregame show for the 2011 NFL Draft. We're in Sabre season right now, but it's time for Bills talk. Alright, we're going to talk about today is how the draft this year is going to be different from past years. Okay, Justin, what do you think?
Well, right now there's no certain number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Especially with the teams drafting at the top, they don't have the needs of what the best players are. And I don't think this is as deep of a draft as in previous years. So we really aren't sure who will be number 1, who will be number 2, or who will be number 32 for that matter.
What do you think, Mika?
One is going to be different because they're still locked out. We don't know what.
Yeah.
There's no free agency. Nobody's been able to pick up any quality veteran players. So when you go to the draft, it's like I'm going to look for somebody that can play. I can't depend on somebody else because who knows if I'll be able to get any players this year.
Never mind the fact that you can't even trade players for picks right now or future picks for this year's picks. So that's going to be a huge difference.
All right, now it's time to talk about our mock drafts. We made top 5 mock drafts, so I'm just going to read them out and then you can just go from there. Blaine Gabbert, Quinn Bowers, Marcell Dareus, Robert Quinn, and Von Miller. Clearly I messed up a name, but all right, Justin, go ahead.
All right, I have Carolina picking Cam Newton. I think they're going to be dumb enough to pick him. I really do. Denver is going to have the steal of the draft. I think Patrick Peterson is going to be a lockdown corner. I really hope the Bills get this right. I'm hoping they pick Von Miller at this point. I can see the Bungles messing it up, and I can see them botching another quarterback, so I think they're picking Blaine Gabbert. I think Arizona is going to trade to Washington for this year's first, second, and fourth round picks, and they're going to draft A.J. Green. The Redskins are going to draft A.J. Green at number 5.
Okay.
Kind of similar. I too have Cam Newton going first just because everybody figures he's the best player in the draft, so they're going to try to take him. And Carolina's quarterback situation is kind of shaky anyway, so I think they're going to go for him. I got Dareus going second just because Denver, they need to get their defense back together. It's fallen off. And, of course, the Bills need Von Miller, so we're on the same page on that one because we need a defensive end very, very, very
rush
badly.
backer, yeah.
I actually got Patrick Peterson going 4th just because I think Cincinnati...
They need a lot of stuff. But
yeah, they need a little bit of everything, and who knows what they're going to do. So everybody might as well go defense as far as I'm concerned. But I got Arizona taking A.J. Green because I like him. I think he's a great receiver. So I got him going to Arizona, not actually to Washington. But I still have him going 5th.
Well, they'll have receivers but nobody to throw it.
Pretty much.
All right. What first-round pick would upset you the most of the Bills if they did that?
Newton. Absolutely, Cam Newton. I do not think he is going to project well. I think he's going to be an off-field problem. And I think he'll be a locker room nuisance as well.
I personally think that he wouldn't even... You guys picked him number 1 overall. I didn't pick him number 1 overall because I don't think he's ready.
No, I don't think he's ready either, and that's just it. I think Carolina will be dumb enough to pick him.
Okay.
I would be upset if the Bills picked another running back. We haven't had picking running backs. It's like we have good running backs, and lo and behold, they come back and pick a running back. And it's like, for what? We already got at least 2 that are decent, already this year. So that would probably be my biggest upset.
I would also say that for wide receiver, there are 2 really great receivers in this draft, but we really have a lot of depth there. It wouldn't be a necessity.
Right.
So
so basically anything that the player is like this big player, but we don't need him. That would upset us.
I'd rather go for need over value at this point.
Over flash, yeah, really. Okay, is there any chance the Bills will trade down for their first pick? So, what do you guys say about that?
Well, as we mentioned before, the fact that the collective bargaining agreement is not in place, you cannot trade players for picks, first off. Second off, you can't trade future picks for this year's picks either. So it's going to really hamper their chances of this happening. I would say that it probably won't happen. If there was a good enough offer, they should.
If they could do it, I kind of think they should. Only because, number 1, this is Buffalo, and are they actually going to pay top 3 money? We may get somebody, and then there'll be a holdout because the Bills aren't going to give them the money they figure they deserve because they're a top 3 pick, which I wouldn't be mad at because it's like, if you pick me number 3, then that means you think I'm worth the money. So pay me. But for the Bills, I think they should trade down.
All right, well, what do you think the Bills' top 5 picks are, though?
Their top 5
Their
needs.
top 5 needs, yeah.
Definitely defense. They have to go defense, and they actually think they should go defense, but they always say that, and then they pick some off the wall person. So I never understand what goes on in their minds. Like those 15 minutes, something goes crazy, and then they do completely the opposite of what they've been saying they're gonna do. So I'm saying defense first, and then my second would probably be a tackle.
Okay. All right. Justin, what do you think their third is? You know, or second? You can talk about that.
I really think that their needs in general, they have to have outside and inside backers if they're going to stick to a 4-3. They need a DN to replace Marcus Stroud, who has been cut. They need a right tackle, and from there they probably need some depth at a lot of different positions, including tight end, quarterback, and even in the secondary a little bit if certain people don't get signed.
All right. In what order should the Bills' top 5 needs be taken, though?
Well, we both agree on linebacker. I would hope that they would be able to take care of a DN in the second round, and then maybe return back for another linebacker in the third, tackle in the fourth, and with their 5th pick, I would say whatever they can actually get value at that point.
And the later rounds, Nakia, what do you think of this?
Later rounds, to me, I think you should try to look for the steals. There's always going to be somebody that falls, and you're like, I can't believe he's still sitting here. So I think once you get to the later rounds, you just pretty much steal whoever you can get. Because with them, you know whatever they get, they're going to make them fit into the system. They'll change the system for a player, which sometimes is dumb, but the Bills will do it. So I think once you get to the later rounds, you know, kind of grab the steals.
Well, Nakia, a good steal possibly could be Owen Maricek, a fullback, in the 7th round, or maybe as an undrafted free agent. So
yeah, it's interesting, Justin. Okay, thank you for joining us this week for our draft preview show. Join us next time for the draft review show.
She loves more than fate, ID, and a chance to be somebody else, and the place to lose it. Go on and lose yourself, anytime with regrets on holidays. And if I ever want to see you again, all it takes
Go Bills, go Sabres. Peace out.